Oh, yeah. How you doing this morning? Penny says, what do you say, Penny? You are on the screen. You need to be saying, good morning, Greenwood. Been outside. It's been beautiful out there this morning, hasn't it, Penny? In fact, Penny wanted to keep looking. Not do her business, just keep looking. Yes. Now she says, I'm on the screen. I'm ready to take a little nap and catch you later. She does have a story coming up later in the show. She was working hard last night on the computer to find a good story. So we'll have Penny's view in just a little bit. But right now, it is time for the weather. Because the weather will be whatever the weather will be. Ooh, I tell you what, I had a great night last night. I'll just tell you, at the King's Brass, at part of the Festiva concert series that they have at Presbyterian First Pres. It was absolutely fabulous. And Penny goes, but I didn't get to go. No. We haven't quite convinced everybody that you're human, Penny. Well, why not? All right. Anyways, what's the weather outside? 75 degrees right now. Oh, it's beautiful. If you have an opportunity to get outside right now, get outside and enjoy it. We are looking for a high today of 89 degrees, low of 67, no chance of any rain, which is really great because today is Miracle Treat Day. We'll be talking about that in just 1 minute. And there is no sound anywhere. Thank you, Stephanie. I just gave the weather report. I get so excited about doing this, I forget to turn myself on. So it's a private show just for me and myself and Penny. I was telling you all the weather. Let's do the weather real quick here this morning. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, the weather will be whatever. I was saying it's a great day to get outside right now. It is a high of 75 right now. We are going to a high of 89, low of 67. Friday comes in, a high of 92. Low of 71. Again, plentiful sunshine. Looks like Saturday, some of the rains could come in. Saturday, about a 35% chance of some rain on Saturday. Sunday, though, we're probably going to be socked in. If the weather report holds, we have about an 80% chance of some rain, precipitation, and thunderstorms are possible. Monday, so we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Thursday. Even Friday, we're down to about a 40%. So all next week, expect showers, etc., and highs in the low to mid to upper 80s. So that's good news in the 70s at night. Be cooling down a little bit going into the 1st of August. That's pretty unusual, huh? Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So may not have any clear days until about Saturday of next week. But we need the rain, and it'll be a little cooler, so hallelujah. All right, I was also telling you that I had a great time at the King's Brass free concert put on by Festiva. Festiva is part of the Festiva series over there at First Pres. It was a packed house there last night, and I tell you what, if you missed that show, oh my gosh, you missed a great show. They are a group that travel. It's made up of a big group of brass and, of course, some percussion and some keyboards, but and because they weren't sure they had enough, which I think is a little joke, enough brass, they wanted to have, they also had our local First Pres brass group there, and they did an awesome, awesome job. The Zimmerman and the King's Brass provide innovative worship for young and old alike through the best in sacred brass music by teaming together Christian professionals from around the United States performing their original arrangements as heard on their 15 recordings. For 40 years, the King's Brass have performed over 100 concerts each season with 3 trumpets, 3 trombones, a tuba, keyboards, and percussion, playing a wide variety of music. And it was a lot of fun. I actually want to play a section for you. That I recorded last night just to give you a taste of it. They also had local performers Cody Beard, Eddie Siegler, Barry Wilson, Joey McCain, and Silas Sierra on trombone. So that was last night. And I also want to tell you that this project is funded in part by the South Carolina Arts Commission, which receives support from the National Endowment for the Arts and the John and Susan Bennett Memorial Arts Fund of the Coastal Community Foundation of South Carolina. So just a wonderful 2 hours of great music, everything from telling parables with music to playing some rousing patriotic music to what I have picked out as a choice for you this morning. So if you happen to be watching, you are going to be able to see this because it is a what, Ann? It's a video. Okay, it's a video. So let's see if we can swap over here. And let's pull this back and let's play this. And I'm telling you, it was just awesome. And there is a guy in front of me who was very much moved by the spirit of the music. So let's just say that. Hope if you're not watching now, you go back and watch it later. Let's put it up there. Yes. And let's take it away. I tell you what, that was just so awesome. Just so awesome. I am so glad we got to go to that last night, enjoy the music. It was actually the uplift that I needed. I needed a little uplift last night, and it was just so awesome. That, of course, was Sing, 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 but they did all kinds of music, and it was awesome. So I want to thank First Pres and the Festiva series for putting on a free concert. That's right. It was free, folks. It was free. So, of course, they were accepting donations and well worth the time. They were very gracious. So, moving on, that was what was going on last night over there at First Pres. Now, what else are we talking about here today? Whew, I tell you what, we got more. I got more. Let's see. Excuse me. Today is Miracle Treat Day. This is the day that Dairy Queens all across the nation participate. And Seth up there at Dairy Queen, he believes in going all out for this day. So they'll have bouncy house, they'll have face painting, they'll have a dunk tank. And this year's donkey is Sheriff Dennis Kelly. So if you've wanted to dunk Dennis, this is your opportunity. Go for it. Yes, there will be a donation collected for dunking Dennis. That's an interesting alliteration, Ann. Dunking Dennis here this morning, this afternoon. That'll be going on from 5 to 8 at your local Dairy Queen. The idea is everybody needs to buy blizzards. And if you are a business owner and you'd like to treat your employees, buy bunches of blizzards. And you can get a coupon for them and then give them out as little rewards or as a spirit day at your own business. But it is a terrific promotion. Every blizzard that is sold, they donate part of the profits to that. And then they make this nationwide support of the Miracle League and the different hospitals. This particular one will go to Prisma Hospital right here in Greenville, the Children's Hospital there. And we have in the past, we didn't do it this year, but in the past we have interviewed children, and what a difference it makes having a great hospital for children, specifically designed for children, and that's what the Prisma Hospital is up there. You may remember Kenzie, I think her last name is Mullet, from up there in in Hodges, and she is still undergoing treatment. She is a real trooper, but I remember talking to her mother last year. Going up there with all the facilities and all the care just meant the world to them to have a place where they felt comfortable. And Kenzie enjoyed it because she was having some pretty serious procedures and whatnot done. So we all need to send up prayers there for Kenzie because she is still working through all the issues that she had last year. So Prisma Hospital up there, I think we were talking to them last year, they were going to be redoing a fun area for the children up there, and that's what the funding was going to be used for, if I remember correctly. So anyways, that's what's going on. 5 to 8. Have dinner at DQ. Get out there, get face painting. Dunk Dennis Kelly. I wonder how Dennis is going to feel. I'm going to be up there. I may have to dunk Dennis. At least I'll try. I don't want to have to do it twice. Just one dunk in the tank. Last year, you may remember, Mayor Brandon Smith said it was rather refreshing to get dunked. So we'll see how Dennis feels about it, the Sheriff Dennis Kelly. All right, that's this afternoon. And again, remember, you don't have to buy just one. You don't have to pick them all up right then. You can go ahead and purchase them. They'll give you coupons. Then you bring them back when you're ready to use them. Lots of our businesses do buy them for their employees and then have Dairy Queen Day or something like that, or a celebration if you closed a big contract or something like that. Having a sweet treat from Dairy Queen is always great. All right, so remember, 5 to 8 today. Dairy Queen is the place to have your dinner, or at least have dessert with blizzards this evening. Put that in the agenda, All right, there are some other things going on, and I don't really know that much about this one, but I did want to share about it. The Portugal Circus. Have you heard about this? This is what's coming to the fairgrounds. Yes, it's true. This is what's coming to the fairgrounds. So let's see if I can pull that up for you. Okay, I need to switch to my other, where I had bookmarked some of this stuff here today. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can get over there. 1 second, because it really sounds kind of fun. But here it is, Portugal Circus. Here we go. They are. Let's see. It says. Let's see. What does it say here? I've got a video, so I'm reading over the top of the video. Is coming to Greenwood County Fairgrounds for the very first time on the July 30th to August 2nd. This is more than just a show, it says. It's pure memories to last a lifetime and pure magic under the big top for little and big dreamers alike. Well, this is some good writing here. Prepare to be amazed by the human cannonball. Well, there is something I'd like to see. Not me going throughout the cannonball, but I'd like to see somebody else flying through the air. Motorbikes in the globe of death, breathtaking aerobatics, the Washington trapeze jugglers, clowns, magic, and a special performance from your favorite stars. Pricing and tickets. A child is $20, adults are $30. If you want to be ringside, it's $60. And says something about a friends pack that you have to buy online. So you can get your tickets at the gate, but you can also get them in advance. It says special offer. Don't miss our July 30th 2-for-1 offer, available online only until July 30th at 4 today for the performance at 8 p.m. Not valid with other promotions, discounts, etc., etc. We can't wait to see you there. So that starts this evening, and it just sounds like something different, but it's going to be there through today, through the August the 2nd. So you might want to check that out. I just thought that sounded like fun. Telling you about some of these things in case you have to leave out of here rather quickly. We've got to get to a little bit about Fauciism and how on him, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. I've got some other things I want to talk about here this morning. We've got Mark Sanford's coming to town. Are you surprised? I'm kind of surprised. But he's coming to town, and there's a community meeting this evening with Police Chief T.J. Shadone. So let's talk about some of these. Then we're going to talk about, as I said, some Fauciism. And we've got a very unique story from Penny this morning. So that's some of the things we're going to be talking about right here on WCRS. So, next up this morning is community meeting with Police Chief T.J. Shadone. So that is this evening. That'll be at, what time is it? Okay, Thought I had it. Yes, Ward 5 community meeting. Please join TJ Shadone during closing along with City Manager Julie Wilkie and City Council Member Matthew Miller for a community discussion focused on the city of Greenwood. Notice they say focused on the city of Greenwood because that is a city ward. Now, one of the things that I do want to remind you is anybody can go to this city meeting, whether you are in Ward 5 or not. Your participation in this meeting is important and can truly make a difference. This is an excellent opportunity to meet city leaders, show your perspectives, and discuss issues you see affecting our community. So everyone is invited, whether you're in Ward 5 or not, but that is this evening, and it is at 6 p.m., St. Mark's United Methodist Church, 550 Bypass 72. That's 6 o'clock this evening. One of the things I like about this is that the fact that they take their time answering your questions. It's not just, okay, here we are, this is what we're saying, and see you later. If you've got questions or concerns about our city, they will be answering questions. Of note, I just received a message from the chief, and we're setting up a date for him to come on and sit down and talk with us in an afternoon meet me at the diner. So stay tuned for that. We'll be announcing that. There's so much going on. It's really hard to cover it. I got to put Penny out there with her own press pass to be going to some of these events. Maybe I can get somebody to chauffeur her around. She can take the recorder and just be recording. What do you think? If you saw Penny out there, would you talk to her? Oh, of course you would. All right. Now, I do want to mention this. This is worthy of note, is that Meals on Wheels has just broke ground on a new kitchen out there. This is a huge, and I mean a huge undertaking for them. They will be able to deliver 650 meals a day to seniors unable to leave their homes. You know, this is such a worthwhile project. Meals on Wheels, if you've never volunteered for it, you should take the opportunity to do a route. Most of the routes can be done in less than an hour. It is a great way to help out our community, to put eyes on seniors who may not be able to get out, have a little conversation. There are some of our Meals on Wheels volunteers do the same route every week. Some do it once sporadically when they have the opportunity. Some sign up for a route every week. You know, the thing about Meals on Wheels, they are very, very flexible. They are just so thankful to have the help to get food out there. And with this new facility, they will be able to add more meals being done. They have outgrown their facility a long time ago, but they still keep making it work. I think Meals on Wheels should get the award for how to stretch a buck better than anybody else, because they sure do. So if you know a senior that is in need of meals, they have all different types of programs. Meals on Wheels, of course, has the complete meal. Then they have congruent meals. Then they have where they take a box of food to them and let them have to fix it themselves. But the most important part of this, well, the food, of course, is important. It's that social interaction that we keep talking about right here on WCRS, because people need people. And that 5 minutes you may spend taking a tray in, dropping it off to a senior, could mean the world to that senior who lives alone and may not have family or friends that they get to see. So, Meals on Wheels, such a worthwhile program. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew that they are now starting a new facility to be able to serve more meals. It's going to be a tremendous undertaking. If you'd like to donate to that, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. All right. Now, What else do we have? Well, I'll tell you what I have. I'm kind of excited. Let's see who it's from. I got a new order. Yes, a new order. Political advertising. That makes my heart sing. See, I'll tell you the truth. I was looking at this all wrong. I'm going off on a divergent road here. I was looking at this all wrong. When Lindsey Graham died and then they said there'd be a primary, I was going, a primary? Oh, we got to go through all this again. But then I realized, cha-ching, money for WCRS radio. And my attitude changed. Just thought I'd share that. We've got a 2-week window. The election is on, the primary election, voting for the primary, is on August 11th at that whole day. They have moved the places that were in the schools, because school is in session, to mainly churches, but you can certainly check that out. And when it gets a little closer, I will certainly be telling you all the different places they have moved to. But this was to make sure that our children are safe and that there will be no extraneous people ending up in the schools. So I think a good decision by the school district. All right, and I wanted to tell you about another business that is opening here in Greenwood. It's called ROC. Is that rock? Sounds like rock. The Rock Bar and Lounge. It says the wait is over. This is opening this Thursday, today at 8:30 p.m. It is at 327 Main Street on the second floor of Greenwood. It's finally time, it says, to experience the standard after dark. And the doors are finally opening. Rock Bar and Lounge officially opens 8:30 tonight. It says, for months, we've been building something different. A place where incredible music, signature cocktails, immersive lighting, and an unforgettable atmosphere come together. Welcome to the standard after dark. Opening night is tonight. The first 50 guests through the doors will be entered into a drawing to win 1 month of our exclusive Rock Platinum membership. And it hasn't even been released. So it goes on, but I wanted to share that. Thursdays, it looks like 18 and over can go in. Friday and Saturday, 21 plus only. They do have cover charges. 21 and over are $10, and 18 to 20 are $15. They will have live DJs Thursday through Saturday from 9 to 2. You do have to have appropriate dress, which I find very interesting. Where have we seen where a club has said, in today's world, now there were many back in the day, but this club says dress code enforced. No tank tops, men. No ripped jeans, men. No saggy pants. No bandanas. No offensive attire. So there you go. That is their dress code for that. Now, interesting that they say that no tank tops on men, no ripped jeans on men. I just want to point this out to you in case you missed it. It doesn't say anything about women here. So what are they saying? I'll leave that for you to find out and report back to me right here on WCRS. So that's called Rock Bar and Lounge. It is on the second floor of the it used to be the Greer Building, 327 Main Street, second floor. So check that one out. Okay, so that's another thing going on that I had on my list to make sure that you knew about here this morning. I love being able to put out all the different things that are happening in our community, because I think it is so important for us to know about things. And so many times, while everybody thinks, I'll just put it on social media or I'll just advertise it over here, this type of thing, radio is the glue that pulls it all together. And because I take my job so seriously, I try to make sure I get all the pieces together so in one place you can find out about things. So let's talk about something else here. What is on my magic list here this morning? Oh, Mark Sanford. Yes, he is coming. He's coming. I don't know what he's going to be driving this old truck, but on the post on Facebook, it shows a really old, rusty truck. And I mean, it's a great visual, great visual. So my question is, I'm going to go out there at 3:30 on Friday to Brewster's Ice Cream and see what kind of vehicle he's driving. But he says, and I believe he does, wants to hear from the folks, and he's got a whole tour all across the state. And one of those locations is Brewster's right here in Greenwood, and that will be at 3:30. Probably can stay maybe 30, maybe 45 minutes. I doubt that's it, because then he's on to another location. But this is old-time politics. And one of my questions is, since Mark Sanford perpetually runs, does he like the running aspect, or does he really like the getting elected part? Well, we all would like the getting elected part, but what is his best part? I really want to get to the bottom line with Mark Sanford on this, because every time an office comes up, he ostensibly puts his money in the hat, and then quite often he withdraws after he sees public sentiment. But he is, of course, now running for the Senate seat here in South Carolina. Of note, yesterday I was talking about the 3 people that were booted off the GOP running for the Senate office in this special primary. According to the GOP, they did not qualify due to X, Y, and Z. But one of my questions that I raised was, will they get their money back? And I happened to have researched it and found out, yes, they get their money back. So, just FYI, if you were wondering about that too, yes. So, Sanford will be here Friday afternoon, this Friday, 3:30 at Brewster's. Just check that one out if you'd like to talk to him. He says he wants to talk to you. Okay. Now, how many times can you invoke the Fifth Amendment? I don't know. You know, that's that one that you refuse to say anything on grounds that it may incriminate you. Well, I want to know. Does telling somebody the color of the rug in front of you incriminate you? I don't think so. Unless you're colorblind and people want to make a case out of that. But Fauci invoked the Fifth Amendment 111 times. Now, regardless of what you think of Fauci, what you think of the interrogation, anything like that, this is slightly ridiculous. There were questions that I think he could have answered without invoking the Fifth. And on the other side, those that were interviewing him, the Senate panel that was interviewing him, they asked some ridiculous questions just to see if he was going to answer anything at all. Anything at all. So, excuse me. So, this is the case before us here this morning. What do you think about the waste of time, which really what it was, a waste of time? And now I understand the Senate is looking at giving him a contempt of the Senate hearings. I don't know exactly the term, but they are looking at doing this. So it is so ridiculous. I did find out that I didn't know this before, is that he didn't realize when he was doing his diary online when he was at work, regaling himself and remembering all the things that he did not know that it was public public property, I guess we could say, and they could subpoena it. Yes, it's true. I asked why didn't he just burn the diary after it was over? Because he couldn't. He did it online at work where it became public property or the property of the government. So he's got himself in a pickle. Let's just put it that way. He had, as somebody said, all that money that he made when he retired. I just need to remind you of this fact. He was the highest paid public servant in the United States government, the highest paid, retired with quite a package. As somebody made the comment, it looks like he's going to have to start spending some of that money. Now, I don't know whether it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that that's what's been said out there. And when you invoke the Fifth Amendment 111 times, you're really looking to get under the skins, I do believe, of the senators that we're interviewing. So enough said about that. That's a story that's going to keep on giving, isn't it? We'll be watching this one for a long time. The senators, supposedly in a week, are going to be getting together to vote on that next week. So we will watch that. I don't know whether the Senate has voted not to go on their August recess or not. I did hear that was a subject of conversation. I don't know whether this affects the House, but the Senate for sure was trying to decide whether they were going to take that August recess that they normally take, or was Speaker Thune going to keep them there to do their job. We'll have to check that out and find out exactly where that stands on that. So, but they were working yesterday. They were working hard for their money. The Senate was trying to get Fauci to speak. And he was not going for it. Now, Penny, I think it is a good time. It is a good time for you to tell your story. Would you like to tell your story? You would? Okay, you want to sit up and tell it, or are you just going to sit there and lie down and not say anything? That's what I want to know. Let me get back over here to the camera where I don't know if you can see it or not. Penny's got her paw on me saying, "No, why don't you tell the story? I'm tired. I found the story." Okay. All right. Penny's story here this morning is about a 1 in 30 million catch. A yellow lobster was caught off the coast of New Hampshire. And it is a yellow lobster, a rare yellow lobster. That's 1 in 30 million chance of catching a lobster, and this is a very specific genetic mutation. Also, it was a female lobster, and it weighed about 1.5 pounds. The lobster woman who ended up caught this lobster says she feels lucky to catch such a rare lobster so early in her career. She is 32, and 4 years ago she caught an orange lobster, which was pretty rare. Now she's just caught a yellow lobster. So she goes, "This has been an unbelievable experience." It says the lobster has a V-notch, which means it's an egg-bearing female lobster. So believe it or not, the crew let her go back into the ocean to preserve the lobster population. Now, let me tell you something. I think that took a lot to throw it back. Of course, in today's world, we get videos, we have pictures, we can preserve all this stuff. And someday, would it be cool? Would it be cool if she, wouldn't it be cool if the gal, Nicole, caught another yellow lobster, and it happened to be the offspring of this lobster that she threw back? I'm telling you, you just can't make this stuff up. But Such is life. Such is life. All right. There is other stories out there to share with you here today. I know that it's really hard, I think, sometime to come up with what's the best stories to talk about because there is so much. Yesterday, of course, they laid to rest Senator Lindsey Graham. They had the public service, shall we say, in Columbia, South Carolina. They brought his body along a route with a caisson with his flag-draped coffin. Very, very memorable. Then they went to the church. They had a service there. And then from there, he went to Pickens, which was more of a private family service that they had there. So Lindsey Graham has now been laid to rest. He died, on July 11th? I think, did not the Senate vote on the bill that he was trying to get passed with sanctions? I actually need to look that up and to share that because they were trying to make a big push to have that finished on yesterday after his funeral. The Senate was in session. I don't know if they got that passed or not, but that would be interesting to know. In other news, that is, of course, always interesting, from the New York Post this morning. Don't know whether you've heard about this story or not, but do you know what canoodling is? Canoodling. This is what they called it. Law partner caught canoodling with younger associate in Central Park, no less. I'm telling you what, people just don't have any compassion anymore for privateness. So a law partner caught canoodling with younger associate in Central Park could lose millions as lucrative offer reneged. Now, this was a really upcoming lawyer. I only tell you this story because the word canoodling caught my attention. Evidently, he was, I guess in old terms, we could say, making out with this younger associate. And in today's world, anybody ought to know if there is something going on, some camera will capture it somewhere. That is the truth. If you think you have personal privacy in today's world, just hang that up. I do find it interesting that young people don't seem to think that they have any right to personal privacy, whereas older adults think that our personal privacy is something to be protected. So I think that's part of the difference in society. Young people think, I don't know, they're going to catch me anyways. Older people say, why have you got that camera on? Exactly. So he may have lost a lot of money by making out, canoodling with this young associate. He's 45, likely makes at least $4 million as a partner at a white shoe law firm, Watchell, Limpton, Rosen and Katz, sources say. He was placed on leave amid an investigation into the viral canoodling clip, according to the Financial Times. This is just such smut. I just love it. This is the article. This is how it is written in the New York Post. Now, you know, the New York Post does have some very good, serious news, but then they can drop right into the smut side of it. Here you go. Footage of Cullerston sucking face with a 29-year-old worker came at the worst possible time for the legal whiz, who was reportedly set to jump ship to rival Manhattan firm Gibson Dunn this week as part of a major big law shakeup. The Financial Times reported that his hiring at Gibson Dunn was scrapped after the kissing video went viral last week, even though many commentators have been more critical of the TikToker who filmed it than at the pecking legal eagles. You know, if you're doing it in public, this is what I have to say. You're going to get caught, and it's going to maybe ruin your life, at least for a period of time. But then again, who knows? This guy also, I believe, is married. I think I am correct on that. Let's see. Both Culberson were part of the Watchdale Lipton team that reported OpenAI and beat Elon Musk's $150 billion lawsuit in a California court last year. So he is pretty much of a hotshot lawyer. So he is married. And so he was kind of out doing the wrong thing. So we'll have to wait and see if we can follow up and see if there is any further news that comes out of this. Does this guy get the job, or has he now lost 2 jobs? This is the question. He was ready to go over here to another law firm. His original law firm has placed him on leave. The second law firm has reneged on the offer. Where does he stand? That was some expensive kissing, folks. That's all I have to say. Hey, I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS Radio. Don't forget, this afternoon, Miracle Treat Day at Dairy Queen. Get yourself some blizzards. If you can't use them all today, get coupons. But the deal is they have to be purchased today for them to count towards helping Prisma Hospital at Children's Hospital. So please get out today. I'll be over there. Hope to see you there for a while. So come by, enjoy it. Face painting, bouncy house, and my favorite, Dennis Kelly, that is, Sheriff Dennis Kelly. That is going on also at 6 o'clock. If you want to get more information about what's going on in our city, it is your opportunity to ask questions. Ask questions to TJ Shadone, Police Chief TJ Shadone. Also, Julie Wilkie, City Manager, and Matthew Miller, who is the representative that is for District 5. However, you do not have to be from Ward 5. You do not have to be from Ward 5, but you can go and check out and get more information. So this is going to be an excellent opportunity. This is going to be at 6 o'clock, St. Mark's United Methodist Church, 550 Bypass 72. So St. Mark's United Methodist at 6 p.m. Be there to hear from Julie Wilkie, TJ Shadone, and Matthew Miller, who is on City Council. So that's that. Miracle Treat Day, like I said, is going on. They'll have a photo booth. They'll have a lot of fun. They're going to have a Toddler Town Animal Land. Not sure what that is. Bouncy house, face painting, photo booth, and Don't the Dennis, Dennis Kelly, that is, raising funds for Miracle Treat Day. Hope to see you there. Also, the Greenwood County Fairgrounds opens this evening. The Portugal Circus, that sounds rather interesting. It'll be there all weekend long. So check out some of these fun events. And don't forget about Saturday. I am really pumped about this one. The Vintage Vixens of Atlanta, bringing that 1960s, 1970s hippie music. I got to tell you the truth. I used to like my hippie attire, but I'm going to tell you the truth. As I look back to that time of life and I look at what they're wearing, I'm going, my God, did I really wear that stuff? Anyways, this is 7 o'clock Saturday night, Uptown Greenwood at the market. Should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to be there and enjoy some of this music from the 60s and the 70s. It's a cover band. I hear they're fantastic. It's an all-girl band, so come on out and support them. No charge to you. Just bring a lawn chair, a blanket, and come enjoy the music. Yeah, go ahead. Dress in your hippie attire if you like. I don't think I'll be going there. Anyways, I'm Ann Eller. This is WCRS Radio. Penny, you got anything to say? Nope. She's being quiet today, folks, which is okay. That's going to do it for us. This is WCRS Radio. Thanks for tuning in here this morning. Look forward to seeing you this afternoon, and have a great day. Drop the curtain, Ann. Okay, dropping the curtain. Cue the music. Cueing the music. And that will do it for us. Bye-bye, everybody.